All right, welcome. Today, we're diving into a true kitchen classic, the simple tomato pasta. It's a dish so many of us make, but we're going to break down the key techniques to take it from just good to absolutely perfect every single time. Let's get started.
So let's kick things off with a problem I think we've all had. You go through the trouble of making a tomato sauce from scratch, but it just ends up tasting kind of sharp, acidic, almost uncooked. You know what I mean? It's a super common issue, and believe it or not, the fix is incredibly simple.
See, the solution isn't some secret, fancy ingredient. It all comes down to proper technique and, honestly, just a little bit of patience. We're going to walk you through the foolproof method to get that rich, mellow, and deeply flavorful sauce you've been dreaming of.
Okay, let's start with the basics. First, we'll get our pasta cooking, and while that's happening, we'll build the aromatic base that's going to be the foundation for our entire sauce.
For 2 servings, this is all you need. The real magic of this dish isn't in a long list of ingredients, it's all in how we bring these simple things together. First up, get a large pot of water to a good rolling boil. Once it's bubbling away, add a generous amount of salt. And I mean at least a tablespoon. Don't be shy here. And here's why that salt is so important. This is your one and only shot to season the pasta itself. As it cooks, it absorbs that salty water, building flavor from the inside out. This is an absolutely non-negotiable step for great pasta.
So you're going to cook your pasta until it's al dente, which just means it should still have a little bit of a bite to it. Now this next part is crucial. Before you drain it, use a mug or a measuring cup and save about half a cup of that cloudy, starchy pasta water. It's liquid gold and you'll see why later. Then go ahead and drain the pasta.
All right, let's switch over to our saucepan. Add 2 tablespoons of olive oil and turn the burner to medium heat. We want to gently and evenly heat up the oil. You'll know it's ready when you see the oil start to shimmer just a little bit.
Now, toss in your thinly sliced garlic. The goal here is to cook it just until it becomes fragrant. You'll smell that amazing garlic aroma fill the kitchen. The key is to avoid browning it at all. If the garlic gets any color, it's going to turn bitter, and it'll ruin the delicate flavor of your sauce.
Okay, let's get to the most critical stage. This is where we take our tomatoes and really transform them from something raw and acidic into a sauce that's rich, deep, and absolutely delicious.
Go ahead and pour the entire can of crushed tomatoes into the pan with that fragrant garlic oil. Follow it up with a good pinch of salt to start seasoning the sauce. You should hear a nice sizzle as the tomatoes hit that hot oil.
But before we go any further, let's just pause for a second. What's the one mistake that almost everyone makes right here? This is the thing that leads directly back to that raw, sharp-tasting sauce we talked about at the very beginning.
The mistake is a short simmer. Rushing this part of the process is the #1 reason for an acidic, unbalanced sauce. Patience here isn't just a virtue, it's a requirement.
So here's the correct way to do it. You're going to reduce the heat to medium-low. You want to see gentle bubbling, not a hard rolling boil. Let that sauce simmer for at least 12 to 15 minutes and give it a stir every now and then so it doesn't stick. This is where the magic happens.
And trust me, you will see a clear transformation. The sauce starts out bright red and kind of thin. After a proper simmer, it's going to darken to a deeper red, it will have thickened up so you can see it, and that sharp, raw smell will be gone, replaced by a rich, sweet, and mellow aroma.
Our sauce is rich, it's ready. Now for the final step, bringing the pasta and the sauce together to create one perfectly unified, delicious dish.
Take your drained al dente pasta and drop it directly into the pan with your simmered sauce. We do this so the pasta can finish cooking for just a minute right there in the sauce, letting it soak up all of that incredible flavor.
Okay, remember that starchy pasta water we saved? Time for it to shine. Add just a small splash to the pan and start tossing everything together really well. The starch in that water helps the sauce emulsify, creating this creamy consistency that will cling perfectly to every single piece of pasta. Keep adding little splashes and tossing until you get that perfect coating.
Just a word of caution here. The common mistake is to add way too much pasta water all at once. If you do that, you'll just dilute the sauce that you just spent 15 minutes carefully thickening. So remember, add it gradually, just a splash at a time.
And here it is. This is the result of that technique and a little patience. It's not just pasta with sauce on top of it. This is a fully integrated dish where that rich, mellow sauce is clinging perfectly to each piece of pasta.
And here is the final check for perfection. When you serve it, look at the bottom of the bowl. There should be no watery red pool of sauce. The sauce should be coating the pasta completely. That, right there, is the sign of a truly perfect, simple tomato pasta. Enjoy!